What does it feel like to be in a toxic relationship? Thank you for joining me today. If this is your first time watching my channel, welcome. If this is your second, third, fourth, fifth time for watching my channel and watching my videos, thank you so much for your support. I'm glad you're back and I hope you come back again. If you would subscribe to my channel today, and if you click the notification bell, it will help you to get that next video that I drop. I try to drop a video every single day. Sometimes it's kind of delayed because of the space that's required for my videos. And so I noticed my videos again are getting longer, juicier, more exciting. So definitely you can communicate with me in the chat, send your thoughts, your questions, and any ideas or aha moments you may have. Just drop them in the chat for me. Let me know where you're messaging from also. I was just gonna say calling from. Eventually, I will be doing lives once I make the amount of time of subscribers that's required. And I'm super excited about that because you guys will be in on my life and that will be amazing. So I wanted to kind of just touch very quickly on toxic relationships. Toxicity can be, in my book, is synonymous to control. Like I said in my previous video, oh, my nose is itchy. Like I said in previous video, I am not a professional counselor. I'm not an ordained minister. I am not, a professional facilitator, whatever you want to call it. I'm just basically sharing my experience based on what I've gathered from education, from counseling, from mentorship. I've going to church, I've gathered some data that has helped me a lot. And it's been a lot of self-training and prayer, going through this with God, letting God help me through the fire and help me through relationships, and really being able to use discernment and my intuition when being faced with a lot of people. Because everywhere I go, I'm faced with different personalities. And you can never, ever, ever get away from toxic individuals. They're everywhere. And so it is required that we know how to handle them, that we know how to deal with them, that we know how to speak to them, because it ain't no joke. This is real life. I've been through a lot of jobs. I've been through a lot of relationships. I've been through a lot of business partnerships. They're everywhere. But, there's that saying that, you teach people how to treat you. So once you know how to deal with them, it's going to make a huge difference. And so some signs, like I mentioned, touched on in the previous video, someone that's very controlling. It's all about them. It is rarely about you. It's all about them. You will know it. Even if it starts off as it's all about you, they send you flowers, it's all about you, they give you the world in the beginning. It's a mask. They will wear a mask in the beginning, but there's always a time when that mask comes off without them knowing. Because it's an act. And at one point or another, an actor has to go away from his script and go back to his real self. When they say cut, scene, whatever the case is, that actor or that actress has to go back to real life to be who they really and truly are. They are no longer that actor on set. Therefore, in real life, toxic people, right? At first, they may put on a facade that, oh my God, you're an amazing person. They would act like, they're your best friend. They will act like the best guy, the best girl in the world. But eventually, the mask comes off. The mask comes off. And like I referenced in my other video, you will know it, because they will make you feel like you are the worst person in the world. They will make you feel like something is wrong with you. They will make you feel like you're not doing the right thing. You're not dressing the right way. Your hair don't look good. You know, they'll make you feel like, you know, crap. Pardon my French, crap. They'll make you feel like crap. And that's why people that leave toxic relationships have to go through a time of therapy. They have to go through time. It may be not professional therapy, but they just need to go through some time to just get their self back, because they lose a whole part of themselves trying to please this person, trying to give this person what they want, trying to, it's all about that person. So you leave yourself behind to become, you know, not become one, but to go in partnership with that person. It's draining. So I talked in another video about, you know, watching their verbals, their nonverbals, and their what they say are the tendencies in their relationships, if they talk about them, tendencies in their past relationships, whether it's with parents, siblings, ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, whatever the case is. You know, you definitely want to keep an eye out for that, because that's going to help you to hear. They might talk about, oh yeah, this person do that to me. Oh my God, my parents never got it right. Oh my God, my girlfriend, she was always doing this to me. Oh my God, my siblings, they hated me. It's like the whole world is against you. And you never hear about them being accountable for anything that they did wrong. So there's a lack of accountability there. Red flag. Because the same way how they felt like the world was against them because they didn't want to do what they wanted them to do, is the same way they're going to treat you when they get in a relationship with you. It's going to be the same thing. So those are indicators: verbal, nonverbal, and with the verbal, you listen out for. Oh, and you also listen out for I. They constantly talk about themselves, or they constantly drilling you like you are on in the courtroom, asking you questions back to back to back to back to back to back back to back to back, and without taking a breath. You know, it's like, you know, you're in a courtroom, and it's okay for you to say, hey, who are you? The police? I feel like I'm in a courtroom or something, being asked questions about my personal life. These, you know, I mean, I don't give all this information all at once. So I mean, you know, and then they may say, oh, but you know, what's your problem? I just want to know about you. And you could say, well, you know, I mean, this is personal information. This is personal information. I will, there's some things that I share after I get to know someone over a certain period of time. And so I don't, you know, open my life up for everybody to hear everything about me, all the mistakes I made, all the things I've done, all, you know, that comes with time. And so if they're patient, they will be patient to say, and oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that, or whatever. But if they don't, you may see the toxic person pop out and say, they may get angry and hang up the phone or whatever. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is, you know. They are, we talked about verbal, nonverbal. Okay. We talked about, also we talked about, we did not talk about this, but this may be number 3, explosive anger. When things don't go their way, they get explosive. And explosive can be through anger. It can be through knocking a fist in a wall. It could be through yelling. It can be through demeaning you based on how you dress, how you look. You know, they start lashing out based on information you told them. They throw it back in your face, or whatever the case. That's why your family, this and whatever the case is. And number 3 is they isolate you. They isolate you from everybody you love. They isolate you from family, from friends, people who love you, because their goal is to try to keep you secluded so that they can get in here, right? So they can get in there. They don't want people who love you and care about you to mess with their agenda. Their agenda is to destroy your life. Their agenda is to destroy your life and to make you feel like something is wrong with you, right? Again, if your self-esteem is up here, they want to bring it all the way down here until it's in the trash, until you can't even recall who you are anymore, because they have stripped you of everything that you know about you. It's like going back to square one, with your self-esteem. So they will make you strip you to the point where it's like a baby. You become a baby, a child again, because they don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you to have your own confidence. They don't want you to feel confident. They don't want you to have your own. They don't want you to look good. In fact, it's all about them. Like I said earlier, it's all about them. It is all about them. And if you outshine them, Houston, we have a problem. That's why a lot of women, a lot of men too, get abused, because when they go home, and the door shuts, black eye. Because maybe a man looked at them and at the woman and said she looked nice, and all of a sudden he's accusing her of liking the attention or whatever the case is, even if that might not be the case. It's all about them. So we have verbal, nonverbal, we have explosive anger, and then we also have the isolation. So those are 4 things. So those are things that I'm going to leave you with to unpack, meditate, okay? And think about the person that you're interested in. Again, married couples that are already married, I would urge to get counseling and definitely try to go the next, try to get a mediator. That is because you're already in a sacred union with that person, and that's going to require some deeper consultations. But for people who are single, who are dating, who are trying to get married, and also for widows that are trying to get married, try to find your partner this year. These are some tips that I'm just trying to give you based on my experience, and not saying that this is fact or fiction. Not saying, these are just things that I learned from research and from experience, counseling, etc. I'm just putting it all together. And this is we have to take our life seriously, guys. We have to take life seriously and let people know that if they mess with us, we're going to have a problem, because you have to protect yourself, okay? And there's some people out there that would see good people, they'll see kind people, they'll see sweet people, nice people, and they will smell you from a mile away, and they'll know that you are to be played with because, you seem kind or whatever the case is. So, it's kind of like a predator, in the wild with animals. Animals can sense which animals are scared of them from a mile away. Survival of the fittest, right? They can tell which animals are fit and which ones aren't, right? And they'll eat and devour those that are not fit to fight them and that are not fit to survive in the wild, right? And so it's the same with humans. We are very sensitive. We can pick up a con artist from a mile away. From a mile away. And so it doesn't take much to see that, right? It doesn't take much to pick up when somebody's fake, when somebody's a phony, when somebody is trying to sell you something, trying to, sell you a dream that is not possible. Likewise, but like I said, with these toxic people, these controlling people, a lot of times they're great actors. So it's hard to pick it up from a mile away. It's hard to pick up, their agenda when you first meet them. And if you're dating online, you're just going by what the person says when you type, when they message you. So a lot of times these person are master manipulators. They know exactly what to say. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly how to talk. They know exactly how to dress. They know exactly what perfume to wear to get you to, say, oh my God, that smells so good. What is that? They know exactly how to get you. We have to be so careful. We have to keep our mind open. Our eyes open. We have to be sharp, okay? When we go out, we have to be man or woman. It doesn't matter. We just have to be aware that we have to have ourselves in that bubble, that invisible bubble. And be sure to check people when they try to get into that bubble. Check people and say, excuse me, step back. Step all the way back. Okay? I'm not interested. Thank you, but no thank you. All right? And do not be afraid to get someone's attention if you feel like this person is going to be a danger to you. Okay? Hey, excuse me, this person, he's harassing me. Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do it. Okay? And so I'm just giving you some pointers because these are things that I've gone through. And I know that this year is going to be an amazing year for you. But in all of that, we attract not only what we are, but we attract people from everywhere, different personalities. We attract people from everywhere. It doesn't mean that something is wrong with you when it's a repetitive thing where we're in and out of relationships and we keep attracting the same type of person but different name. That's when you should say, okay, I can see where there's a trend here. And that's something that you may need to unpack, Same kind of boss, right? Same kind of girlfriends, friends that you talk to, girls you hang out with, homegirls you hang out with, or dudes that you consider to be your homeboys or whatever, Eventually you may say, okay, yeah, I can definitely see where I could be the problem, where I could have to unpack this on my own, And so let's stop the video on that. So those 4 things: verbal communication, things you want to look for in a toxic person. Their verbal communication, their nonverbal communication. You want to look for anger, those outbursts of anger. And lastly, you also want to look for that they tend to isolate you from the people you love, family, friends, or whatever. When these 4 things are visible, there are 4 of many others things to look for, but these are the top 4 for me. These are the top 4. Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, guys, thank you for watching me, for listening to me. You're amazing. And thank you for subscribing to the channel if you feel led to. No pressure here. If